Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate you very much and many blessings. Yeah, you pretty much summed it up. Been in the military for 12 years and retired out of that ETS, or should I say medically retired. Um, in 2004, it was a incident with an IED that actually had forced me to early retirement. Let's just say that. Thankfully, God was looking down on me and let me keep all my fingers and toes. Yeah, blessings. So yeah, I took a lot of experience from there, and I transitioned out and started working for the government on a civilian sector side, and that just wasn't cutting it for me. That 9 to 5 grind and that hustle. So I went from one uniform into the other uniform, which is a civilian uniform, but I felt that there was more that I was put here for, basically. And that's what started me to get into the detailing aspect, where my passions truly lied when I was a kid, watching my father and working on his car on Sunday in the garage and whatnot. So that kind of bestowed upon me to do things that I was doing up today. Um, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And to take it to the next level for what we're about to get into on the youth and coaching and teaching and mentoring, that aspect came into when I was actually training other individuals within my craft of the detailing aspect. I trained over well, actually 5 different individuals, and each one of those people have now gone on successfully to entrepreneurship, to make money for themselves and eat from the table however they would like. And that's a good feeling. That's a great feeling. So when you're able to each one teach one and give them the life learned lesson that there's something greater on the other side of the fence, and see them actually utilizing it, is no other blessing than that. I tell you, really, it all boils down to having discipline, because when you're in the military, you're going to get discipline whether you want to get it or not. It's coming to you. So the leadership qualities that you have as well, being able to adapt to different situations. I mean, all of this kind of stuff is preparing you for entrepreneurship outside. So when something comes to you, left side and hits you upside your head, you don't just get worried and scared and just run from it. You learn from it. So a lot of people have fear. I'm not scared to fail. I actually embrace failure. I love failure. So when I do fail, I learn from that. So I mean, I take that on any day. So the common sense is an L. Yeah, you took an L, but guess what? That L to me is a lesson learned. Okay. That 100%. I mean, I stand by that. It's one of the ethos that I live by, because you're going to have a lot of people out there telling you that you can't, or that oh, that's not possible. All other than naysayers. People that want to be salty and just rain on your parade. So if you want to feed into that, and that just goes into your soul, then you're not going to be able to be that impactful, that person of impact. You're going to let these guys dictate what you're capable of doing, rather than you being outside of what their realm is and doing what you know that you're capable of doing.
Do you feel that faith is one of the number one requirements to be in the military? Do you see a lot of individuals with a lot of faith in the military? I was just always
Yeah,
curious.
you listen. I had a lot of faith when I was out there,
Okay.
especially in foreign countries. You
Mhm.
don't know what's happening from day to day. So I mean, you got to walk by faith, not by sight. So I mean, if you see it, oh, I can see it, everything is good, but no, that's not how it works. I
Right.
mean, what you're building and what you're doing is coming from the inside, and that inner being is telling you that that's what you need to be doing. And you need to listen. You need to in tune with yourself and listen to that internal being saying, hey, this is what you need to be doing, and move on that. Now it's not going to happen overnight, trust me. It's
Mhm.
not going to happen overnight,
Right.
but when it does happen and you get that epiphany and you're like, oh, really? That's a different, that's a shift. So once you get that shift, like you said, that universal mind shift, it's
Yeah.
game over. You know, I'm
Exactly.
outside the paradigm, but when you have that universal mind shift, things are a lot different.
That is true, and you have to train your mind to get to a point where you are able to think on a higher platform and listen to your conscience and know that sometimes the directions you're given is not just from yourself. It could be from God, and most likely it is from God if it's leading you in the right direction. It's just, are you going to be obedient? And as individuals, I know for myself, sometimes there's things that I struggle with that I don't want to do, but that comes from retraining my mind to think on a higher level. Okay, yes, I may not feel like doing certain things, but there's certain things that are required for me to get things done for either my business or maintain my household or my career. So training your mind in itself is actually a whole nother form of discipline that I didn't even know of until later on in my adulthood.
You're right. It's training your mind, and the thing it starts from is what you ingest. I
Mhm.
mean, every day it's difficult nowadays because you can't turn the TV on without seeing something that's negative, and
Right.
that impacts your frequency. So if all you doing is ingesting negative, you don't understand that that's hurting your frequency within inside of you. So you're not able to think outside. You're thinking about all the other negative stuff that's going on around you versus the positive that you should be thinking about and putting your energy into.
Yeah, or even on Instagram, when you're looking on Instagram and you're constantly feeding your mind with negative posts and the shade room and the gossip sites, that's taken away from what you could be doing that's productive that will help you in life. So I want to ask you, in regards to your foundation, what outside of when you was in the military and you were kind of a mentor to two um, soldiers, as you mentioned, what inspires you to develop your foundation, cut from a different cloth?
I mean, the biggest thing that I wanted to work on is the youth. I mean, today is tomorrow, pretty much. I mean, the children and the kids of today is tomorrow. So if you're able to impact the youth, then I can know later on at night that I'm gonna be able to sleep. So I'm gonna have some kids that have an intellectual mindset that's outside the box, that's thinking to themselves, saying that, okay, I know that I can do X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna be okay with that instead of falling into the social construct. Don't get me wrong, it's okay, but everybody is not. Let's say everybody's not to be an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
There are those worker bees, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for those that are looking to reach that outside the box perspective and take their life and enhance it to the next level, those are the ones that I'm trying to impact and propel them to keep moving forward with their vision.
That's good. You mentioned everyone's not an entrepreneur, which is true, and everyone, has different talents. And I feel like even if you have a talent, there's ways to scale that talent so you can have a fulfilling life. What are some tips you could give to someone who's an artist, that may not fall in that entrepreneur category per se, but they have a God given talent?
I think that if you are surrounding yourself with people that are on the right frequency, the right level, and you're authentic to yourself, and you're always constantly learning your craft, and you're being patient with yourself, but you still had a persistency. And the number one thing that you should always do is create a plan. Without a plan, and you don't have anything to look at, you're not holding yourself accountable. I mean, you have somebody, when you look at the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, somebody has to say, I got to hold myself accountable. So if you say you're going to do something and it's written down that you wrote, then you're not following up on your own actions. Now, listen, how are you going to lead somebody else to the water if you can't even drink? Okay, so I think that you really have to look within and make sure that you come up with a plan of action and hold yourself accountable to that.
Okay. When it comes to plans, are you referring to like a business plan or just a general plan? Like what type of plans are you describing?
Listen, I'll tell you right now, you could get a daggone chicken scratch, a notepad, a yellow sticky pad. It don't make no type of difference. Some toilet paper. I don't care what you writing it on. If you have that thought that pops into your head, you need to write it down. Because within a matter of fractions of a second, if you don't write that down, that thought is gone. And then you think to yourself, man, what was I thinking about? I thought something, I had a great idea. It was a good idea. And you can't daggone come back up the thought what you were thinking about. That's why it's imperative to write down what you're thinking. So now I can brainstorm later. I mean, just write it down. Just write it down so then you could come back to it later. Then you could brainstorm on other ideas to come up with some things are going to keep that going, to culminate, cultivate that. And then next thing you know, you're gonna birth it. And then once you birth it, you off running and going. You're good to go.
That is so true. It's not done unless it's written. That is really good. So as we approach 2024, some good takeaways would be to just write it down. Even if you don't have a full-fledged plan, just writing down your idea or your thought is the first step to achieving your specific goal. So that's really really good. I have a good question, especially for our youth. Could you describe your perspective on progressing through adversity, navigating through doubters and people who are like not supportive of you?
Yeah, honestly, I think the people that don't support me, they type you kind of see them using pencil because later on they're going to erase everything when they see you starting to succeed. Oh, I never said that about you. I never meant that about you. But then they want to come up and congratulate you and kudos to you. So 80% of the people want to, see you succeed, while the 20% want to see you fail, and they smile in your face. To me personally, I don't care about any of the percentages. I'm gonna do what I do, and that's live my life to the fullest. Uh, and if you jumping on the team and you on board with me on how my thoughts are and how I'm doing and progressing in life, by all means, I'm with you. And I'll support you in whatever endeavor it is. But as for the doubters, you're gonna always have doubters, and that's just fuel for my motivation. That keeps me going. If you say I can't, that means I'm going to. That's like a kid in the candy store. Oh, you can't have that candy, and he gonna keep asking you, and asking you until you just set his little behind up and give him the candy.
Right.
Okay, so ain't no different. I'm gonna just keep fueling myself with people that believe that you can't do something because that just keeps that energy going. I just don't have that negative drive within me to set me back. I'm looking forward. I don't look at the past. I don't look at any of that. I move my direction forward so I keep my balance in tune, my life in tune.
Yeah, just having that tunnel vision on your goals and just kind of focus on what you're supposed to do so you don't worry about the outside noise or people who are not pushing you towards your purpose. I think that's
Correct.
important too. Excellent. Great. Great. So tell us more about your foundation in terms of how we can find you, how we can connect our kids to learn more about just thinking outside of the box. Where are you located?
Yeah, I'm up in Watertown, New York. I just say worldly because I've been around the world. I mean, I'm to the point where if somebody needs a little bit of some coaching and some teaching and some mentoring, there's no location, there's no demographic. It just we're gonna get there and make it happen. So you can reach out to me. It's outside the paradigm. It's outside the PARDIGM.com. Sometimes people get it messed up. So I just want to throw that out there outside the paradigm. And you can look on there. I have some resources there that'll actually let you get in contact with me so we can link up. But I'm a people type person. So guess what? I'm all about this conversation that we're having to see if we're a good fit. So if you really want to get down, then you need to reach out to me so we can make something happen. And the number is 315-965-3030. I'm going to hit you again. 315-965-3030, 3030. So we can make it happen if you want to take it to the next level and get that outside perspective, or if you want to get that youth in check. I'm gonna let them know because today we got some problems and we're gonna have to teach them right. We're gonna have to get them right. Okay.
Right, right, absolutely. So we are definitely spiritual people. At the end of the day, we wouldn't be here without God. Talk to me about your relationship with God.
I mean, you got to have faith, man. Without that, where would we be at? I mean, if you don't believe, then you're not going to achieve. That's the overall saying. I mean, you better believe in something. And to me, I believe that everyone that is godly. Everybody has that godly innate gift within inside of them. Everybody is a king. Everybody's a god. Okay, we all created equal. So it's up to you to find that divinity within yourself. Get that self perseverance within inside to say, okay, this is what I'm about, and then bring it out. Bring it out. Show everybody your God innate gifts. So we
Yeah,
all have them.
we do. We do. We all are a part of God. Just some know it more than others.
That's right. That's right. The ones that are already open, their eyes are open. They already know what time it is.
Yes,
But
yes.
we coming into 2024, so it's going to be awakening. There's a lot of people that's going to start waking up and saying, "Oh, I could do that."
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep,
going to be
yep.
some changes.
Yeah, it takes people that are on a higher frequency to kind of push that narrative, regardless of what's already out there. We have to kind of go against the grain and just push the right content, right information, which may be different from what we're always seeing, what we're always watching, to get the people who are lost. So
Right.
sometimes it's a lonely road, but it's fulfilling.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it took me a little while because at once upon a time I was a knucklehead. So took the military to get me on the Get Right program, and then finally seeing the things that I did in the past tense, I could reflect on those and now teach others to be like, hey, this is how it is, this is what it was, and this is what it can be. Look at I'm a living proof. Living proof.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to suffer in order to find the truth either. So I know your foundation
Correct.
is really great to kind of get into the minds of our youth so they can already start preparing for their life ahead without having to go through the struggles that people have went through before them.
Especially at that age, because I mean you're so impressionable. When people tell you that you can't, or you'll never. I don't have can't in my vocabulary. I don't speak that. I don't even like that word. I can't.
Mhm.
So there's always a way that you can. And once you find out that you are able to, and you come up with a solution, that's transformation right there. I mean, that there's no other greater feeling, because the thing that somebody injected into your mind saying that you can't, and you overcome that,
Mhm.
now you feel that you're unstoppable.
Exactly. Exactly. And rejection is sometimes often redirection. Sometimes, you may experience rejection early and you feel like that's the answer, but you have to keep trying and keep going and just like you said, try another route until your destiny is fulfilled and whatever goal that you're seeking.
1,000% agreed.
Good. So we
Yeah,
just
I
had
think. No, I was going to talk about being in a community too. I mean, if you want to
yeah.
be impactful, you want to be a part of the community. So being a belonging, you want to have a meaning and purpose. Then you want to make sure that your community is understanding, what you're doing. So walking the walk and talking the talk means to be doing that. Helping out others and lifting them up. So teaching principles that you live with those ethos every day. And that's just it's a different feeling, to see others be like, man, this guy's really doing it, so I'm gonna try to do what he's doing, so it's working for him.
Yes, being a walking and living example. That's important, and it's a journey. Even for myself, it took me a while to get focused, get obedient, want more out of life, and figure out my purpose. But once I finally became disciplined mentally and spiritually, that's when everything started to fall together, and everything just started
Nice.
lining up.
Yeah, once they start lining and them stars come together, it's a whole new ball game. You start
Right.
looking at things in a whole different perspective. I mean, you're not gonna tell me something that I know I can do.
Exactly.
So you
Exactly.
can change things and rewrite your own destiny. They got the old saying that row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merry life is but a dream. Well, guess what? It is a dream. It's what you
Mhm.
create it to be.
Yes.
So if you want to create all that stress and drama and BS in your life, then that's what you're gonna have. If you keep that abundance of positivity and everything that's gonna come to me is coming to me because I'm asking for it in a good light, good way, then guess what? You're gonna be living a dream. You're
Absolutely.
gonna far exceed what other people could think that you are able to do.
Absolutely. Like you said, you have to stay on a high frequency and allow these things to come to you. And once they come, make sure you are prepared to handle it and take it to the next level.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
that's
tell you real
excellent.
quick. I tell you something real quick that happens to me all the time is that when you talk about somebody, the universe, you better be careful with our tongue on what we say, okay? Because
Mhm,
when you talk about somebody, no sooner or later, maybe about a day, it could be sooner than that, a week, you're gonna run into Billy Joe or Susie or Ty or somebody that you was just talking about. You'd be like, I was just talking about you. Was it in a good way or was it in a bad way? Because that
right.
universe put it out there and they heard you. So it's always be mindful, I guess, of what you're saying because the power is within your tongue. That's
Yes.
right.
Yes, this power is definitely in your tongue, and you speak things into existence. So be careful what you say. Just like you said, the word can't. When you say you can't do something, you in fact won't do it. So if you want something done, say that it will be done and let it come to pass. So the power, it's definitely in your tongue.
1,000%, thousand
Yes.
percent. I think this New Year's that people instead of having resolutions on talking about I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, instead of I'm gonna do, then
Hmm.
just do it.
Yes.
Write that journal down, get your journal out, and hold yourself accountable for 24 and get it done.
Absolutely, absolutely. No matter how big the dream is, how grand it may be, write it down and know that you can get it done, and it'll be
That's it.
done.
That's it. And the thing is that it's easier for us as humans to come up with excuses as to why we cannot do something, just
Mhm,
because we are in a social pattern of what you say complacency, just easy. If it's
mhm,
not convenient and it's not easy, well, I can come up with this excuse and I'll get to it later.
mhm.
No, no, there is no later.
Yeah,
You need to do it now. If the
yeah,
universe is telling you now, you need to do it now.
yeah. Because all we have is now. We're in the now. You can't predict your tomorrow. You know, you don't live in the past. You have right now at
Right.
this moment. So what are you gonna do now? Is how you
There's,
should.
I tell you honestly, and I'd be that I would never have regret. So I'm not going to be on that bed when I'm old if I'm able to reach that rightful age and say, I wish I could have done,
Exactly.
or maybe I should have done. I won't have those because I'm going to do what I'm set out to do. And that's what I feel inside of me is coming out for me to do. And that's to teach, coach, and mentor others on the right path.
That's excellent. And I commend you. Thank you for your service. We do need heroes to come out and speak to individuals who may have not had any exposure to those who have been able to serve our country in another country and come back after fighting such a treacherous type of war that I couldn't even imagine and just speak on a higher platform. We really thank you for that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It opened my eyes up to a lot to see what we have here in the United States, and you never take anything for granted. That's for sure. And seeing third world countries and being in places that I've been to, it gives you a real newfound appreciation for what you have. I mean, these guys that's on Skid Row out there in Los Angeles living like kings and queens, considering what I seen over in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I mean, we really have it good over here, but things could be a lot better. Let's just say that.
Yes, yes, it could be a lot better, and we could share the right information. A lot of people, as you said, are not living outside of the paradigm. They're kind of trapped in a box, trapped on social media, trapped at work. So their mind doesn't go outside of their routine. So once we shift the minds of people in America, I think the country will move in a better direction.
I mean, if you're looking at shifting the mind, you just it's a habit. If
Mhm.
you can change your habitual habits of what you do every day, just a degree. I mean, just do one little thing like get up earlier.
Mhm.
Okay. It might not seem like much, but then that begins a pattern of you getting up earlier. Now you start to notice that you're getting more stuff done. What do I mean by that? Oh, I got up earlier just so I can get this knowledge in me. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So you get your little book, you read a little something, something, or you get your exercise in, or you meditate, or you get yourself right before the day comes on. Just that little shift can help you change things big time.
You're right. You're right. And what are some of the books you enjoy reading? I see that you showed us one of.
Yeah. This I'm doing a little John C. Maxwell. So this is
Okay.
one of the 21 laws of leadership. I like to read on this. I
Okay.
have another one, the subtitles of not giving a. Okay, that's a real good one too. The power laws of the 48. I
Okay.
do have some other nice ones here, but the creme de la creme I like too is everybody should have a little think rich and grow in their bag. Okay,
It's
that's
called what?
always nice to have.
Think,
It's
rich,
think rich and grow.
think rich and grow. Okay, I might have to look into
Napoleon Hill. Yeah,
that.
this is like the creme de la creme. That's
Okay,
a real good book. But
good.
the American, I mean, I got a couple of them I like just to keep me grounded. Okay, keeps me grounded.
The miracle
So
equation.
yeah, that's a good read. That's a real good read. So, but yeah, I love to stay on the let's say learning, because if you're not learning, you're not earning. So
It's
if I
true.
can learn something out of this, then I'm earning something later in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We just had a few people join after you provided your contact information on how they can reach you. If you don't mind, could you please share your contact information, your Instagram, or how people can reach you?
Yeah, it's going to be outside the paradigm. I'm right there. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick for you here. I'm gonna give you the website. Outside the paradigm, PARADIGM.com, all one word. If they want to check me, also I have the John C. Maxwell Group / first name QUATRELL, last name Walker, and they can reach me there. And that's another page that they can check me at as well too. But the biggest thing, like I said, is the communication factor. I mean, I'm not a text guy. Email's cool. You can catch me at info at outside the paradigm as well too. I'll definitely get back with you there. If you just hit info at outside the paradigm, I will definitely reach back to you. But I'm a people person, and I like to talk to you to see if we even are a good fit for each other, and take it to that next level if our energy aligns up together. So the number there again is 315-965-3030.
Excellent.
So
Thank you. Thank you. And we'll also have your information in the bio as well. So individuals that want to reach out to you to learn more about your organization, they'll be able to reach out to you under the bio and on our links that we're going to have after this call.
yeah, it was a blessing, and I appreciate you even having me on, and coming up and having a hosting for this. This is great. I mean, this gives a platform for us to actually get a message out there that's a meaningful, impactful message. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
really I mean, I tip my hat for what you got
Thank
going. I
you.
really appreciate the mind shift. We need
Thank
more of
you.
this.
Yes, yes, and we do have a universal audience. I have followers from other countries who are even Muslims. They're not even Christians. People who are from India, Hindu. So we're hoping to take this to the next level. We're going to share it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. So stay tuned. We'll
Nice.
have all of the links in the bio for everyone to listen to this show and even watch the show online.
Super excited.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time. This was a really, really great show. Yes, we have connects in Hawaii as well. I'm looking forward to sharing this segment, and hopefully we can connect again in 2024. Anyone interested in speaking on the show, feel free to send me an email at universalmindshift@outlook.com. All right, thank you. Have a
All
good one.
right, and you take care. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that other good stuff. And we'll see what 24 brings into you.
Right. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to you as well, and everybody who joined. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. That was excellent. It didn't capture it.